don't think I've ever had such a good start. This is fantastic. 2 tufted ducks, a pair of tufted ducks, and just the mist is hitting it. Absolutely perfect. Just really nice colour, and the mist coming through like really orange. And the swans. Oh, the swan, look at that. Oh, this is heaven. This is heaven, man. This is my heaven. The hat always rides up, it's really annoying, isn't it? Need a fix for that. Welcome everyone to this absolutely beautiful spring morning. There's a thick ground frost all around me, a little bit of mist over the water. It's almost perfect actually. Fantastic conditions for bird photography, but that doesn't mean I'm definitely going to get great images. You always need a little bit of luck. I've already seen the Great Crested Grebe, one Great Crested Grebe. Right, so. Nice. So there's a pair of Great Crested Grebes. I've actually seen them doing the courtship display a little bit. I grabbed some shots. It was when I arrived, it's caught me by surprise, so I grabbed some shots handheld, so hopefully they're okay. I'm shooting this way, which is like directly towards the sun, which is what I want to do today. A little bit of mist in the air, you know, that kind of diffuses everything so it can work really well. Once that sun gets too high, then this just isn't going to work, and maybe I'll go around to the other side and try some shots with the sun behind me. The swan just popped out of the reeds. Oh my god, that's good. That's really good. So out of absolutely nowhere, the conditions have just changed completely. This is the thing that can happen with mist. You never quite know, and it's just suddenly come in, almost like I'm in thick cloud, and the visibility has just gone absolutely terrible. It's just really, really weird. And that sometimes happens. You get like, it's like a second coming. I find maybe after half an hour, it's like you get a second coming of mist. Oh, 3 tufted ducks in a line, which is quite nice. I'm on the wrong settings. Okay, it looks like a female's displaying to the male. So, like equality in tufted ducks or something. So that did look a little bit frustrating because the conditions just suddenly looked a lot worse. There's no colour, no sun coming through. But I'm not going to worry because I know it's pretty clear out there. I know it's going to break, and when it does break, then I'm going to get kind of those conditions again that I had first thing. It's just that it'll be a little harsher. It won't be quite as subtle. It won't have the colour that it had first thing. That was different. I recognised just something looked different as it was just drifting across. I thought, is it a shoveler? Because you can see the different shapes in the bigger bill look like a shoveler. Obviously can't get any detail because there's just so much mist. Yes, it is shoveler. Definitely shoveler. I knew it was. Oh, nice. They're a bit far away. He's doing a bit of head bobbing. There's, like most ducks seem to do head bobbing as part of their courtship display, which is really interesting. Pair of shoveler. There. This is never comfortable. Oh. It has been quite busy since I first came down here, which has just been fantastic. So I've got a little bit of a break so I can talk about some of the settings, particularly the focus, because I'm still kind of getting used to the eye focus on this camera. I've had it for like 3 months. I still don't feel I fully got to grips with the autofocus. Now these conditions are always going to be difficult. Mist is going to be difficult for pretty much any camera to deal with, to lock on focus. So I started with the autofocus today, and what I've found sometimes is it's not locking on, it looks like it's hunting, and sometimes I switch to just a single focus point instead. Now I'm not convinced, but I think it's been doing better with that single focus point, and that's probably because it's not hunting as much. I'm just basically directing the focus where I want it. But I've been basically chopping and changing between the two. I'm still kind of getting to grips with it. And the other thing I'm doing is kind of with positioning the focus point. So I just had it in the center, like starting on autofocus, and then hopefully it jumps around to the bird's head. But I wanted my compositions with the bird higher up in the frame because I wanted more of the water below. It's just how I like it sometimes. That's what I wanted to do today. And I was finding that when I was focusing through the center and then recomposing, and sometimes it seemed to be losing the bird a bit as I moved the camera. So what I've done is actually start with the focus point higher up. So I've sort of started with the focus point closer to where I want to be, and that seems to be sticking better. Again, it's all trial and error. Oh, that was just beautiful. I just tracked this Great Crested Grebe from right to left, like right across in front of me. Just tried to track it all the way, took quite a lot of shots. This hat looks ridiculous. That was just an amazing few minutes there with the Great Crested Grebes. Quite far away, but then came slightly closer, and one of them, I looked through the viewfinder and I could see it was kind of in its display posture, so it had its like, they kind of put the wings up slightly behind them. It's almost like in a bit of a curve. So I started shooting, and then the other one came, and they came together, and they were doing some courtship. They were doing some head shaking, some displaying together, and I just kept shooting. Got the mist there, trying to include more of the background, some more above the birds, less of basically framing them with the grebes at the bottom of the frame and trying to get more of the background behind them. And I did some verticals as well, which is just, I think both worked really well. Just a touch of overexposure on that. I'm so happy with them because even though they're far away, it doesn't matter if you get that bit of behaviour, which is what I'm always after here, to be honest, with the Great Crested Grebes. But just the surroundings, the atmosphere, it just kind of carries it off. So you know, you can have stuff small in the frame, you can have wildlife small in the frame, but I think you need some atmosphere to really help it. I've certainly got that today. If anybody knows a way of stopping the hat riding up, please tell me, because it's driving me mad. I think I just heard a parakeet. It sounded like a parakeet. There are actually some near here, so it could have been. It's a bit of a weird sound on a Monday morning. Really happy with how it went this morning, and the conditions with the mist can sometimes be challenging. If you want to see how I got on a couple of years ago trying to photograph the grebes in the mist, then check out this video up on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you somewhere in nature sometime soon.